What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm so excited to bring you guys another video in my Must Have Must Gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. If you follow through those links and make a purchase, then I would get a small commission, but otherwise, no big deal at all. I'm just so happy that you took the time to sit here and watch this new makeup releases. And today I kind of felt like giving a little spin. So instead of just sitting and talking to you guys about new makeup, I'm actually going to be applying my makeup as well. So I hope this is a very interesting spin. Of course, comment down below whether you loved it, hated, indifferent to it, whatever it is. I would love to hear from you guys. And I think I'm going to continue to kind of experiment with these videos just to keep it a little bit more interesting, especially when the releases aren't all that interesting. So with that said, let's just go ahead and dive into the new makeup releases. Hey guys, so like I said in the intro, today we're just gonna go ahead and do my makeup while I am talking about the new makeup releases. I just feel like there's not enough releases and there's nothing like too flashy that I really need to focus too much on it. I needed to put makeup on as well. I wanted to. And so yeah, we're just gonna kind of do both and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna scoot over just a bit so that you guys have access to the products, and I will probably kind of just show you guys the products that I'm applying right before we get into it. So I'm gonna scoot over and let's get into it. So first things first, Clinique has come out with a new product for the holidays, and really it's not even a new product. It's just a product that they've had for years now, which is the Black Honey. I believe this is their lip balm, and it's just in like a bedazzled type packaging. Let me see what type of product. It's a lipstick, and this is just one of those shades that people say is universal. It is like a purple maroon type shade, and yeah, so very interesting. I think the bedazzle part is going to be the only thing that really keeps people's interest in that, or if somebody just really needs another product, then they'll maybe pick it up. But otherwise, I don't see too many people really picking this product up. But yeah, I think it's cute, and I definitely think that there is a market for this particular product. Just definitely not something for me. I've never tried a lot of Clinique. If we're being honest, at the beginning of my makeup kind of career or interest, if you will, there was something that happened where a lot of people were really into the cruelty-free statuses of brands. And I found that Clinique was not cruelty-free, and they were like knowingly not cruelty-free. And so what I decided to do, although I wasn't going to kind of really boycott all brands that weren't cruelty free, I did decide that if a brand I knew was really not cruelty free, and they kind of made it known, then I would make sure that I didn't support them. So I've never really supported Clinique because of that. And to be honest, I think just organically, because I have gravitated more towards independently owned brands, and a lot more independently owned brands, in my opinion, are cruelty free. I've just kind of unintentionally become cruelty free. So yeah, very interesting. I think, like I said, there is definitely a market for it. I'm just not a part of that market at all. And I forgot to show, but I did go ahead and mix in my Maybelline concealer with the Makeup by Mario foundation, just so that I could get a shade that actually does match me. As you guys know, this has been a struggle for some time, and I'm just gonna do a really little bit more tangent on this product. I took the stopper out, and the stopper went into the product. So there's probably gonna be some product that I actually don't get to use because the stopper is literally at the very bottom of this product, and sometimes I even have difficulty closing it because of that. So fun news there. Next we have something new from Ava Beauty. I believe, I want to say this is like a black owned brand. And these are some cream blushes. There's a whole collection. There are 4 different shades. It looks to have 2 different berries, one really bright like pink, and then one like orangey tone. I like this. I like panned cream blushes. That's just a preference of mine. I will do like a stick cream blush as long as it gives me some good coverage. But I find the pan cream blushes, I just get the best access to them. I have better control over picking up as much product as I actually want, which I very much, of course, enjoy. But I also, I don't know, there's just something about pan cream blushes that I think just generally works better for me. So I definitely like this. I've never tried the brand. I believe I featured them at least once or twice before because I'm following them already. I would love to hear if you've tried this brand, if this brand is a favorite of yours. I think these cream blushes look beautiful. I would love to check them out if I get the time in the future. Next things is something, it's a collaboration with Lipin Tea. A collaboration with Lipin Tea. And Appeal. This is for skin-based primers that are scented with Lipin Tea flavors. That's just a recipe for a disaster, especially if you have sensitive skin. I just don't understand. Well, I do. It's like the catchiness of the whole thing. So I'm sure that's why brands are still doing this type of thing, but I just don't understand it at the end of the day. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know, just not for me, easily not for me. I could see my skin really breaking out. Honestly, my skin breaks out with just foundations if they're just too heavy, too much oil in it, something like that. So the concept of, even doing that, no, not for me at all. And so I am going to skip on that. So next we have some new things coming from Lancome. So they are already showcasing their Valentine's Day stuff, which arguably way too early, but we're gonna go with it. And I just need a decent brush. I'm just gonna find a decent brush so I can put on my bronzer, and hopefully this brush will actually pick this up because this is a baked gelée formula. This might not be the best brush for this. It's doing something though. Okay, so anyways, this is the Lancome Valentine's Day lipsticks, and yeah, I mean, I think they're fine. I'm not a huge fan of Lancome. I do really like their Monsieur Big mascara. Absolutely love that mascara. Very much a favorite mascara of mine. But otherwise, I could live without it. Nothing that I really feel I need from the brand. I know a lot of people really love some of their foundations. I've just not tried a lot of foundations from them. I think at the very beginning of my makeup journey, I tried a stick foundation from them, and I did enjoy that. I actually really enjoyed that product. I got through it quite quickly for me at the time and just me in general. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm good. I think I'm good. And yeah, I think that this bronzer just tangentially is actually building up quite nicely. Not like, overly pigmented, but for the price that I picked up, I'm not mad at it. I think I might have brought it down just a little too low. So maybe I'll cut my cheeks just slightly with whatever product's still left. And we're going to go like that. We are going to go like that. I'm going to take the same brush, keep going with my blush. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is from Dandelion Cosmetics. There was a point where I felt like they were having like a little moment, and I don't know if the brand kind of just had to slow down naturally, or if they just stopped sending PR, or people just stopped featuring them. Don't really know, but I feel like the brand is no longer as highlighted and hyped up as they were like at one point becoming. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try a different brush. The one thing about these kind of baked gelée formulas, you really got to find the brush to pick them up, because otherwise you're not going to really get the pigment that you could because the brushes are picking it up. I think it's showing up on camera. It's showing up very subtly in person, so I kind of like it. So this quad is all blue, which blue seems to be the color. I know a lot of people look at blues and they think that that is perfect for winter. I can go through a period where I like blues, but blues really just, they aren't for me. They really aren't for me. So, yeah, I don't know. We're going to probably keep going. This is an all matte palette, which I do appreciate. You guys know I do prefer a good all matte palette. I just prefer mattes. For me, mattes are really the cornerstone to a lot of things in comparison to like shimmers. So I do very much appreciate that. But in the grand schemes, I think I'm gonna pass. So this is one thing that I'm actually super excited about. This is coming from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and I'm still working in that Bobbi Brown palette, in case you're wondering. So this is a new palette that they have revealed. And what is the name of this? This is the Machina palette. And what I will say is I definitely think that this is a rainbow palette. Like, I don't think there's any really way to kind of argue aside that this is not a rainbow palette, but I find that this is actually a really unique rainbow palette. I like some of the different colors and the different undertones, and so for me, I'm intrigued. I do enjoy Blend Bunny Cosmetics formula. I want to say I have now 2 or 3 palettes. This is the first year that I've tried the brand, so I wouldn't be opposed to kind of getting something else from the brand. I've really been enjoying. I haven't found that there's any one product that I hate, and yeah, I like it. I like it. I like the depth. I like the lightness. I like the variety. Definitely like the small compactness of it. There's not that many shades in the grand scheme of things, especially for this brand. So I definitely think that this is something that I'm going to keep my eyes out for. I just really like the vibes of it. Then we have something new from Kylie. So they are coming out with a new perfume, and this one is Eden Sparkling. So this scent has some notes, and the notes that they showcase are sparkling lychee, black currant, sandalwood, candied violet, rose Demancia. I think that's what it says. Rose Demancina, something like that, and sugared amber. This will be coming out on December 1st. And yeah, I think this looks really nice. I'm a little peeved, honestly, if we're being real honest. I'm a little peeved with the brand. And that's mainly just because I feel like their Black Friday sale this year was just really not it. They really limited the items, specifically when it comes to Kylie's scents on the Huda Beauty website. The scents that they had released and obviously on sale just were not on par with what they've done in the past. So I kind of feel annoyed that I didn't get things in the previous Sephora sale that I could have. I definitely, Sephora is going to be coming out with, I want to say, a 25% coupon starting December 1st. So I definitely will just take advantage of getting things that I wanted other places and I wasn't able to pick up, or I just didn't feel like picking up because I was just so bombarded with sale emails, and I pretty much have been putting my phone on do not disturb just because it's been so much. It's been unnecessary to me how much you've really gotten emails this year, and I get it. So many brands just really need to make money back, or they just want to make more sales, they want to get known, whatever it is, but it's just become a lot. It's become a lot. I will definitely be showcasing what the things I did pick up, and for me, I actually did well with the quantity of orders that I made. I wouldn't necessarily say the price of some of the orders. Some of the orders, I definitely did pick up some big ticket items, but that was mainly because that was what I felt was the best time to get some of those things on sale, and I've not seen them on sale otherwise. So anyways, I will definitely showcase those items later on. I'm not going to rush to show them, but I will definitely kind of give you guys my review on said items once I've received them, tested them out, all of that. It will probably not be in the midst of Swagmas. It'll probably be after, like literally next year. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So speaking of cream blushes that are in pans from smaller brands, we're seeing some cream blushes coming from Nima. Is that how you say the brand name? Nima, I believe. It's Nicki Tutorial's brand. Previously, I want to say they had like a setting spray, a, a fan, and maybe something else. They didn't have very many things and not a lot of cosmetics. So this is the first time that they're really coming out, I feel like, with something that's like truly cosmetic. And I'm interested. I won't lie. I am interested. I do like the colors of the cream blushes, and I really love that like darker, more sultry kind of burnt ish orange. The other two shades, not for me, but I do like those shades. So yeah, we're just going to sit back and see. I definitely would be intrigued to kind of know, you know, what will work best for me from the brand. I've not tried the brand, so definitely let me know if you've tried the brand, if you have a favorite product that you would more so recommend to me. Definitely let me know down below in the comments, because I'm definitely intrigued. But for right now, I think I'm just gonna wait. I've been hearing that this brand is now available at third-party retailers. And so yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and potentially scout out those third-party retailers. I don't think those are retailers that I particularly shop from regularly, but who knows? Maybe I'll make a first order and this brand's cream blushes will be added to it. That is looking like I honestly didn't put anything on, and I'm not mad at it. So, like I said, Sephora is going to be coming out with yet another kind of sale very soon. I thought I saw somewhere that it was going to be 25% off, but now on this advertisement, it's showcasing that it's 20% off again for all of members in the beauty insiders, no matter your level, and then everybody gets 30% off as well. Typically this sale, you only get to make one order though. So I definitely think that this is something that, like, let's say you were really excited or interested in one item that a YouTuber was recommending after they had their VIB sale. This would be the time that I would recommend you to go ahead and make that product, especially if you are not VIB. That said, definitely know that brands are going to be watching, and brands are going to be doing some form of competitive sale during this time, very similar to what they did during the normal VIB time. So if this is something that, like, you want but you don't want to support Sephora or whatever have you, definitely don't stress. There's always going to be another sale. Always going to be another sale. So definitely take your time and do what is best for you. This is looking very, very effortless. I'm really so happy I picked this up. I had a feeling I would like it, but sometimes you have a feeling and it doesn't work out. It's feeling like it's working out today. So I've been trying to get some use out of these Glam and Natrix singles, and I think I'm gonna just top one of these in my inner corner for today's look. And unfortunately, I don't know the shade name because I had to put it in, I put it in these little containers, or yeah, and that covers up the actual name. But I will do my best to find the name and put it on the screen for you guys. So let's keep moving. Touch of Glam is showcasing a palette, and if I remember correctly, this is the first palette that the brand has done to date, which I used to buy from Touch of Glam so often. I was buying from them when they were exclusively Etsy. I don't know if they've moved off of that platform, but I was buying them from them when I was really into single eyeshadows, and I've very much kind of grown away from single eyeshadows, not for any reason other than I just like when other people kind of curate a color story. And I also do enjoy curating my own color stories, and I hope to kind of tap more into that next year. I kind of lost that a little bit this year, but I do think that this palette looks absolutely beautiful, really, really nice. And yeah, I mean, I know the quality of Touch of Glam is great. I've never tried their matte formulation, so I can't really speak to that, but I know that their shimmer formulation is phenomenal. So I definitely am keen to see other people's reviews on this, because I know quite a few people that I follow are either going to get this in PR or purchase it themselves. Lethal Cosmetics is showcasing a new palette, and this is what they call the, what do they call this? I don't see a name on their posts, which is super weird. But this has 15 shades. It is already available now. And let me see if I can get the name, because this is just weird. The Midnight Serenade palette. I think this is really, really cute. Apparently this is a collection. It's coming with different colored mascaras as well as a pen to kind of depot single eyeshadows. It'll be very interesting to see if these eyeshadows in this palette are depotable. I believe all of the palettes that I personally own from the brand are not, but I will say that the brand's formula personally for me is not a huge favorite. I think it's fine, and there's definitely merit in those who enjoy it, but it's not one of those formulas that like I live or breathe for. It's not one of those formulas that I feel like I have to go ahead and get all of their palettes. I have yet to do my full-on makeup declutters. I'm thinking about actually filming that today. And I'm not sure, honestly, if my Lethal Cosmetics palettes are going to make it through this declutter. I haven't thought about them. I haven't used them in years. And one thing that I plan to do in this year's declutter, about the usage of a product and my desire to use it. You know, there's no reason for me to keep something in my collection if at one point I wanted it, but now I no longer care about it. Now I no longer think about it. Now I no longer wish to keep it, you know? Then I should just get rid of the product, oops, and allow somebody else to potentially get some use out of the product, you know, if it's not too old. And some of the products, honestly, they're getting up there in age, so I probably shouldn't give them away either. So definitely something that I need to think about. But when we're getting back to this particular palette, I think that it looks fine. I don't think that there's anything super to write home about. But once again, that's coming from somebody who is not a huge fan of this brand's formula. I think the formula is fine, but it's nothing great for me. And so I'm not gonna kind of make the exception for like a boring palette if it's not something that is super interesting from the brand. And this to me just doesn't seem all that interesting. Like Ava Beauty, a brand I've never heard of, is coming out with a velvet lip cream collection. These packaging on these products look very luxe, very interesting. I will say they definitely have an extended nude range. There's definitely one or two lipsticks that I think would look really nicely on my skin tone. These are $26. Like I said, 10 shades of nude and neutral shades. They do also have a lip liner and lip oils as well. The lip liners are $19. There is not a price for the lip oils because they are not currently available. I think that this looks really nice. Have you heard of this brand? Are you a fan of this brand? Do you even know where this brand is from? This is something that has been showcased on Trend Mood, but I've never even heard of the brand. What is this brand? There's not even a tag. Usually Trend Mood will tag the brand. She didn't even tag them on the first page. So I don't know anything about this brand. I will try my best to find them and link, of course, these products down below. It looks like Tarte is coming out with a Amazonian Clay Liquid Gem Foundation. And this is supposed to be a foundation that catches the light for a youthful glow, customizable full coverage with feeling weightless like the second skin in a laser cut brush. 17 shades. Let's look at the shade range. The shade range, it looks fine. I don't think there's one particular shade that would work perfectly for me, just from what I can see, but the space of like the shade range is very small on this image. I think it's interesting, the kind of formulation. It sounds like this is like a medium buildable coverage, which I actually do prefer. Although I'm leaning now lately towards like lighter coverages, but still I do enjoy this kind of coverage realm. Yeah, I think it's fine. Nothing super to write home about. I'm actually thinking about reducing the amount of foundations that I have in my collection, mainly just because I am tired of mixing things. I'm not a huge fan of mixing things. I really don't particularly like doing it over a long period of time. I can do it if it's like I can get through the product quickly, but if it's one of those things where I end up taking forever to get through the product because I use so little of it, I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan at all. I'm just pushing on a little bit more blush. I just feel like I didn't have any blush on. So we're just gonna apply just a little bit. This happens to be the cream blush from Finding Ferdinand in Khaki, in case you are curious. So I just feel like now I have a little bit more dimension to my face. I probably will add a little bit more, but for right now, we're good. So Maybelline is coming out with a mascara collection. So the Sky High was very popular, as you guys know. I definitely think that it's going to be one of those things that everybody recommends at the end of this year. I want to say it actually came out this year. Now they're coming out with some colors. I think this is smart. There's some people who actually wear colored mascara every day. So the concept of getting something from the drugstore that's actually really good, I think is quite smart. And yeah, I like the formula of the Sky High. I think I would actually try the maroon one. Am I going to run for it though? No, I am not. Give Me Glow is coming out with a palette, and this is unique in the fact that the shadow pans are so small compared to what they previously were coming out with. So this is their Mystical Garden palette. And you know, to me, I'm actually really happy that the brand was able to figure out how to make their formula in a smaller pan. I know at one point they kept saying, well, they can't because of the way their formula was. Clearly they were able to figure that out. And I think overall that's just going to be better for the brand in the long run. More people are going to be interested in trying the brand now that they can try it with a reasonable size pan. I also want to say that the actual price on the palette is smaller now because the pans are so small. So the palette is $39, and that was not what their palettes used to be, and used to get, I want to say obviously more product, but I think even more shades than what this one is providing. Either way, it is already available. I think it's really pretty. Don't get me wrong. Just, you know, not something that I'm interested in right now. I'm really interested in neutrals. I've picked up some things that I've already talked to you guys about, but I'm very selective right now, especially like I said, I'm getting into the mindset of decluttering, and I don't want to do what I typically have done where I declutter a lot during December. I also pick up a lot because of Black Friday, and it's like it just continues to stay abundant. Don't get me wrong, I don't ever think that I'm going to be one of those people who has a very small collection, but I also don't think that I need to have such a big collection that I do have. So yeah, anyways, I like it, but not something that I'm going to be picking up. So Melt and Bailey Sarian are doing a collaboration, and I'm actually really interested in this. I've actually never watched Bailey Sarian. Actually, I lied. So a former coworker of mine used to watch her during the lunch hour, and sometimes when we happened to be in the same office, I would just watch whatever she was watching. And so I have actually seen this this YouTuber, and she's huge. She does a lot of true crime, and I definitely understand the, you know, interest in it. I really do. Not something that I like to kind of watch, but I do get the intrigue and I do like it. Anyways, this is her collaboration. I first want to say I love that it's all matte. I love it so much. I love an all matte palette, and I love the shades and the tones, specifically coming from Melt. I feel like Melt has come out with palettes with similar tones, similar color schemes, but the formulas are never good. Never. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Of course, now, right when I say that, I can't remember the palettes, but I will throw some images on the screen. I have a couple of them, and like the Muerte, that formula is honestly not the best in my opinion. When you're looking at all of Melt's formulas, I just actually don't like that formula, along with some others. The weed ones. So they came out with two marijuana inspired palettes, and like both of them really had their faults, and both of them really had similar color schemes to what you're seeing here with this Bailey Sarian collaboration. I like the two lipsticks, and I like the colors of the liquid lipsticks as well. Although I don't particularly like that those are in set. I would prefer if they were sold single like the lipsticks are. There are also some like cream gels and then some other things. I like this collection. I'm not gonna lie. This is going to be available soon. So they don't have a available date as of yet, at least not on this post, but I actually like some of the things. Am I gonna run out to pick some of the products up? I don't really know. Mia Melt, it's not one of those brands that I feel like I personally need to buy everything from anymore. I do like the color scheme. I do like the shades of the lipsticks, but we're gonna see what happens when it becomes available. If I have the money, we'll go from there. So it looks like Jones Road is coming out with some mini versions of the Miracle Bombs, and these are basically like cream products and like blush formulas and highlighter formulas. I actually wanted to get one of these kits during the holidays, but it kind of sold out even before I honestly got to the website to look for it. So there is that. Clearly it's very popular, which is why I'm sure they brought it back again. I like the concept of this, but I've now heard a couple more people talking about it. And basically these products you really can't use if you're wearing any form of coverage for like a base. I typically, if I'm going to put makeup on, I'm going to wear some form of base. I know I went through a period where I was kind of testing, doing just concealer under my eyes and just in certain areas. But in the grand scheme of things, I really don't do that. I don't do that consistently. I consistently wear makeup in this kind of coverage level, which I feel like I'm looking very dry. So yeah, I think it's nice. I like the size. I like that they gave you a smaller size for those who don't need such a big quantity, so you can try out different colors, different formulas, all of that. But I don't think this is something that I'm to particularly pick up. There we go. I was able to get that sprayer back online. So another brand that I've just not picked up from in quite a few years is Menagerie. So this is their Authorine palette. They previously had blushes. I think at one point they might have had highlighters as well, and yeah, they're now extending that collection with this palette. I think the palette looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But to be honest, it got to the point with this brand where I just didn't like that they sold out so quickly. I know there are some brands that I follow that sell out very, very quickly, but this was just one of those brands I just didn't feel like I wanted to really run for the bulls just to get a palette. I really like the color scheme of this palette. Is this something that I can say is unique though? No, I can't say this is unique, and I really want to kind of either say it's super, super unique or it's from one of those brands that I like to review, not only for myself, but for you guys as well. So this is not one of those brands. This would be kind of like I'm going to revive it. So we'll see. Maybe in 2024, I will kind of revive my love for this brand by picking up some things in this collection. But I think for right now, I am going to stick to my guns and not necessarily pick it up, at least not yet. So not very many things to talk about, just 3 more things. So there is a collaboration between Shine by Cosmetics and Glam Smitty. So they're slowly revealing some products. As far as I can see right now, they've only showed us 6 shades, but I do believe it's a huge palette. And this is the Forest Hues palette. I think it's really cute so far. It looks like Bad to the Brow is the one who created the packaging, which is actually, she changed her name. I wonder if she changed her name on YouTube. What was her name formerly? I can't remember. I can't remember. But this is a person that I follow. It's Millie. If you guys know Millie, you know who I'm talking about. She's really known for multi-chromes, showcasing multi-chromes on her channel and on her Instagram. But anyways, she created the packaging. And yeah, I'm really interested. We'll see. So far, I'm not interested enough to say I'm going to pick it up, but I am interested. It looks like there's another collaboration between Turning Red and Color Key. I know not either of these. I don't know either of those, but once again, the lip swatches on this lip model is really getting me. This definitely screams kind of a Korean brand to me, which I'm not mad at, or K-beauty, Asian beauty, whichever you prefer. So it looks like the liquid lipsticks are going to be $17. Then you have lip glosses that are $9, and then the eyeshadow palette is $15. I would only get some of the liquid lipsticks just because of the formula and the color. I think it's really, really cute. Overall, so cute. I think actually the eyeshadow palette doesn't look too bad either. The depth might not be there, but I actually like the color scheme. Definitely let me know down below if you are interested in seeing me showcase this brand. Ooh, the swatches don't look too hot. Yeah, I'm gonna skip on that eyeshadow palette. I think the only thing I would potentially pick up are some of the Color Key lip moussey things. It's the shorter compacts that I'm seeing. I really like those. And then last but certainly not least is the fact that Nicki Minaj just came out with a new perfume. I was never into celebrity owned perfumed brands when I was younger, but I do like them now, and I love Nicki Minaj is one of those rappers that I really actually do enjoy, specifically in the female sphere of things. So anyways, this is going to be back in stock soon, and it's coming to Amazon. Okay, it's going to be back in stock on JCPenney soon, but it's coming to Amazon in December. So the top notes is nectarine, pineapple, and solar blooms. Middle notes are orange flower petals, pink mimosa, and dark rose, and the base is amber, tonka bean, and sexy musk. I gotta smell this. I gotta pick this up. This is one of those brands that this is one of those releases you can't really get your nose on it in store. They really just don't make it accessible, but it's very affordable. $49, not too bad. I love the notes. I love the person kind of collaborating to create it. So I would love to smell it, and hopefully I can get my hands on it and then review it for you guys as well. So I don't think I'm looking too shabby in the grand scheme of things with creating my makeup look so far away from my mirror and all of that. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. I think I'm gonna stick with no lashes today. I'm liking it. All I got for today's new makeup releases. Not anything I think I'm gonna run to really pick up, but that's just my personal preferences and my personal kind of environment and mindset right now. I definitely think I can get into that mindset, but I'm definitely enjoying where I'm at right now. I would love to hear down below if you saw anything new that you really wanted to get and pick up. Did you like this kind of style of video where I'm actually putting on makeup while I'm doing it? Would you like me to continue to kind of be creative on doing different styles of new makeup releases? I'm actually interested in quite a few other options, and I'm considering doing those once we get to some major milestones or just when I'm feeling froggy. So definitely comment down below your opinions. I would love to hear it. And with that said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.